eres mala, tú en mi cama, baby, no te vayas.
I'm blind.
I'm deaf. And I'm stuck in the Arctic.
And today we're
gonna
trying to bake a cake.
You pop like that.
Soy adicto a cómo lo mueve, lo mueve, cómo lo mueve, cómo lo mueve, cómo lo mueve, cómo lo mueve,
Oh my, you make me overdrive. Ai đưa em về đến baby ba con đường về cũng chẳng có xa đưa em về qua ba ngã năm ngã ba là nhà. Come to Brazil.
I've looked to my right, Deji. Looked to my left, AJ. These partners stink of poo.
Ой, нам воруем алкоголь, сломал на крышу замок. Хочу навсегда с тобой, мы танцуем под луной.
So like someone just took like a big fucking bite.
God damn, somebody took a whole goddamn bite out of this cake. I wonder who it could be.
Who's going in the marsh? I know they hate to miss
What are you going to do? Don't give me up.
DJ soltou aquela sequência que vai geral perder a consciência. O grave desce, a mente dispara.
This is a rather interesting
Ballerina cappuccina? No, no, no. Espressona signora. Con il suo charme, una vera dadora. Oh la la, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. Ballerina cappuccina. No, no, no. Espressona signora. Oh la la, ballerina cappuccina. No, no, no. Espressona signora. Oh la la, ballerina.
here for the party, Lily. Well, of course they are, Candy. Why else would they be here? We are going to have so much fun!
5, 7,
7,
4.
4.
You remember 3, remember 3. 5, 7, 4.
6, 7, 8.
Woo! Woo! Oh, rewind! I forgot the number. No, I think we should go back and check.
Oh.
How long does the player spend in the factory in Poppy Playtime? We take around 30 minutes to complete chapter 1. Then I would say it takes around 2 hours for the player to escape the game station. The player is then unconscious for around 10 minutes. Then another 2 hours and 30 minutes for trying to escape the playcare. Chapter 4 I'd say we spend 3 hours in. Then finally for chapter 5 I would say it's another 3 hours. So if we do the math, we've been in the factory for 11 hours and 10 minutes.
We finna slide through like cha-cha-cha-cha. No foo-foo lane shit like rat-ta-ta-ta. I chop the top off like cha-cha-cha-cha. She wanna show me her ta-ta-ta-tas.
Come to Brazil.
Okay.
Come to Brazil. Come to Brazil.
No! Are you guys okay?
Yo!
Look at our little ass running.
Yeah, I ain't got plot armor. I'm dead.
Ha! Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You still don't get it? Of course I failed. I'll always fail. I'm a prototype! You thought that I stuck around this place because I cared so much about you mindless sycophants? I'm the model, the mold, sent by the factory to help guide you through. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong! Prototypes are not meant for public consumption. I was never allowed to go to the big world, but you could. How could someone as ugly as you be accepted and loved, while someone as perfect as I never could and never will?
Them all. No, Candy. Not Poppy. She's always been his favorite. I think she's a little asking Annie. She is a little asking Annie. Oh, please take me out of my case. Oh, please rescue the orphans. Oh, please blow up the whole factory and burn everyone alive. Our special guest is here! This way, Butcher. I think I see our way through. Try powering up this jiggy my dad right here. I think it will allow you to have the hot and freezing powers. I saw a whole bunch of these in the dollhouse. I saw them come in and use them every once in a while. They said it was for special operations. Yeah, right. Me and Kenny were suspicious of what was going on. Whoa. So this is how the prototype brings them to life? Ah, that is messed up on another level. Think we can use it on Candy though? Yes! We did it! Well, technically you did all the work. I was just keeping guard.
Exactly.
I think we need to go this way, Butcher.
Do I have to kill all nightmare critters to stop you? Good, you are here. Our old friend shall arrive soon. Sawyer, I am coming for you. Insides will make a fine addition to my collection. Stay here. After all this time, he's still loyal as ever. I see the situation has changed. I was expecting something more exciting. Let me go. You were one of us.
Go. I can't hold him for long.
Right now, there are more than 80 experiments and toys that have died inside Playtime Co. But that raises a darker question. Out of all those deaths, which experiment suffered the most before dying? Which character had the most tragic fate in the entire story? Let's start with Lily Lovebraids. Lily dies when the player drops a heavy metal platform on top of her, crushing her. At first, her death might not look as horrifying as some others, but when you look at what happened before that moment, her story becomes much more tragic. Lily was isolated inside the factory for more than 400 days. completely alone. During that time, she was forced to watch her own brainwashing tapes over and over again, and when food inside the factory became scarce, Lily had to survive in a desperate way. She began eating her own hair just to stay alive. So Lily's death is not only tragic because of how she died, but because of the long suffering she endured before it. Next, we have the deaths of Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy, and for many fans, this is one of the saddest moments in the entire series. After years of chaos inside the factory, the two of them finally reunite. Kissy slowly reaches toward Huggy's injured hand. They look at each other as if they finally found each other again after everything that happened. Slowly, they begin reaching for each other's hand, but suddenly, the prototype appears behind them. He stabs Huggy from behind. Then he turns toward Kissy and kills her as well. Even in their final moments, Huggy and Kissy are still trying to reach each other, but before their hands can touch, they both die, only inches apart, which makes their deaths especially heartbreaking. Then we have Doey's death in Chapter 4. Doey was created by fusing the minds of 3 different children into one doe-like body. After the Hour of Joy, Doey refused to follow the prototype. Instead, he protected the toys living in Safe Haven. For years, he acted like a leader and defended them from the dangers of the factory. But everything changed when Safe Haven was destroyed. Many of the toys he protected died in the explosion, and that loss completely broke him. Overwhelmed by grief and anger, Doey transformed into a monstrous version of himself and began chasing the player. In the end, the player defeats him. Doey is frozen with liquid nitrogen and crushed by heavy machinery. But just before he dies, something unexpected happens. For a brief moment, the good personalities inside him regain control, and Doey quietly whispers his final words, "I'm sorry," a moment that makes his death even more tragic. Next, we have the death of Catnap. Before he was Catnap, he was a 7-year-old orphan named Theodore. Theo lived inside the Playcare orphanage. He was a lonely child who believed he had an imaginary friend, but that imaginary friend was actually the prototype. Over time, the prototype slowly gained Theodore's trust. Eventually, Playtime Company transformed Theodore into a bigger bodies experiment based on the Catnap mascot, but the transformation alone wasn't enough. The scientists brainwashed him for 49 days until he completely forgot who he used to be. His human identity was erased, Theodore was gone, only Catnap remained. During the Hour of Joy, Catnap became one of the most dangerous experiments in the entire factory. He killed more than 90 people inside the Playcare area. After the massacre, Catnap turned Playcare into his personal territory. He hunted down any toys who refused to follow the prototype. He called them heretics, and he eliminated them. Catnap truly believed the prototype was a god. He even built a shrine to worship him. He killed the smiling critters because they refused to obey the prototype. Everything Catnap did, he did for the prototype. But in the end, the prototype betrayed him. The prototype stabbed Catnap through the mouth and dragged his body away. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, but simply to take his body parts, which makes Catnap's death one of the most tragic in the entire story, because the one person he trusted more than anyone, the one he worshipped like a god, was the one who killed him. Next, we have the death of Dog Day. Dog Day's fate is one of the most disturbing in the entire series. Some theories suggest that Dog Day may not have been an orphan. Instead, he might have been a Playtime Company employee before becoming an experiment. And according to many fans, the prototype treated former employees very different. If the victim was an orphan, they were usually killed quickly. But if they were part of Playtime Co., the punishment was much worse. They were forced to suffer first, just like Lily, who was left alone inside the factory for more than 400 days. And just like Preston, who was turned into a cat-bee-like experiment instead of being killed. Dog Day's punishment was brutal. He was cut in half at the waist. Then he was imprisoned inside a cell deep within the Playcare prison. His arms were chained to the wall so he could not escape. And for years, he was forced to watch the factory slowly fall apart, completely helpless. Over time, the situation became even worse. The mini smiling critters eventually took control of his nervous system, using his body like a puppet. When the player finally encounters Dog Day, he is no longer fully in control of himself. He chases the player while screaming in pain, his body being forced to move against his will. But after finally escaping the prison, Dog Day's life comes to an end, bringing one of the longest and most painful fates in the entire factory to a tragic conclusion. Next, we have the death of Yarnaby. Yarnaby's death isn't tragic because of his story, but because of how he dies. Yarnaby was known as Dr. Sawyer's pet experiment. Inside the prison area, he hunts the player through the dark corridors while following Sawyer's commands. During the final chase, Yarnaby tries to capture the player, but something goes wrong. His head gets caught in a hanging chain while he's chasing the player. The chain pulls him off balance, and he falls straight into a vat of molten metal. Yarnaby burns alive. It's a brutal death, and in a way, it's also sad, because at the end of the day, Yarnaby was once just another orphan who was turned into a horrifying experiment. Then we have the death of Mommy Longlegs. In Chapter 2, Mommy forces the player to participate in 3 deadly games inside the game station. But when the player finally reaches the last game, Mommy rigs the rules so the player cannot win. However, the player cheats the game and escapes. This sends Mommy into a complete rage. She begins chasing the player through the maintenance tunnels, turning the situation into a deadly game of hide and seek. But the chase ends in a terrifying way. Mommy Longlegs is lured into an industrial grinder. As the machine begins crushing her, she screams in terror, and her final words are chilling.
What have you done? You make me part of you! You can't do this to me!
Moments later, the grinder destroys her body, another victim added to the prototype's collection. And finally, we have the death of Miss Delight. Miss Delight's story is one of the darkest in the entire factory. Unlike most monsters, Miss Delight was not originally a single character. She was part of a group of 8 identical sisters who worked as teachers inside the orphanage. Each sister had her own subject and personality. During the Hour of Joy, the Miss Delight sisters helped attack the human staff. But after the massacre, things became even worse. Catnap and the prototype sealed the school building shut, trapping all 8 sisters inside. There was no food, no way out, and eventually, starvation took over. Driven mad by hunger, the sisters began turning on each other. One by one, they killed and ate each other. By the time the player arrives years later, only one Miss Delight remains, completely insane. She talks to herself and pretends she is still teaching a classroom full of students.
This is Miss Delight speaking. Please excuse the interruption. Students, remain in your seat until the bell has rung.
After a tense chase through the school, the player finally escapes by luring her under a heavy security shutter. As she tries to crawl underneath it, the shutter slams down, crushing her head and ending her reign of terror. So now, I want to hear from you. Which experiment do you think had the most tragic or horrifying death in Poppy Playtime? Let me know your answer in the comments.
His name is Huggy. Huggy Wuggy, when he hugs you, he'll never stop. Your friend Huggy. Huggy Wuggy, he'll squeeze you until you pop.
Hi! Hello! Can you say mama? Mama! Mama! Let's sing it. Mama! Hi! Yeah! Hi!
Hi, Mom! Yeah, yes, you. Hi! Hello! Yes.
Hey there, wonderful. Do you want to feel comfortable? Do you want to feel safe? Let's give ourselves a big hug. How does that feel? It's too squishy, right? All that meat and bone. Yuck! Wouldn't it feel nicer to be made of felt and fluff? Let's hug our huggy and kissy toys. Don't they feel so soft? I wish I could be soft like Huggy and Kissy. Don't you? Let's sink down. Sink down and quiet. You are a toy. You have always been a toy. Isn't that the most beautiful thing in the world? Toys don't feel pain. Toys don't need answers. Toys are here to be joy. And if any negative Nancys tell us we can't be toys, then we'll pop their heads off. Let's be soft like Huggy Wuggy, my little sleepy Sam. Let's be toys. Let's be soft. Let's be toys. Let's be soft.
Happy means doing what I should. Happy means doing what I should. Look, I'm smiling 'cause I'm good. You're good. My knees are sore from prayer. Yeah, my favorite shape is square. Happy means doing what I should.
Did you know that in Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, you can bring back a fan favourite? But only if you press 8 hidden buttons first. You see, hidden throughout the game are 8 glitched hand sensors. Now, when I say hidden, I really mean hidden, as some of these are really tough to find. I mean, who would even think to look behind here? Well, if you manage to find all 8 in one playthrough, when you finally press the final sensor, this will happen.
Take an extinction level event to stop this late Cretaceous composer.
So, for those of you who aren't up to date on your Poppy Playtime characters, this is Pianosaurus, which is basically a dinosaur with a piano for a mouth. Now, I don't know why, but Pianosaurus is very popular with Poppy Playtime fans, so if anyone can explain the obsession with my new piano-toothed friend, it would be really appreciated.
Dante says, fetch!
This is what they tried to make me sound like. Can you believe it? Kind of crazy when you think about it. Let me see if I can replicate that in some way.
Dante says, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours.
Well, that felt weird.
Charlie Gurky.
I don't want your apology. I want my scroll. What? Where is it? Solomon? Solomon! Give me the child! Give her to me!
Blow up the whole factory and burn everyone alive! Our special guest is here!
You're not getting no hug, my man. You just spit on me. Cover your mouth. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. Ah! Where's the other panel? There's got to be another power panel somewhere.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh my God! Holy shit! No, that's not me. That's somebody that looked like me. Oh my God! He cut me off. Oh, you can't come in here though. Base. Base. No, don't get mad, buddy. Don't get mad. Don't hate the play. Hate the game. What you looking at, buddy? I'm not here.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm in a corner. I'm gonna break his ankles. Ready? 3, 2. Fuck.
His name is Huggy. Huggy Wuggy, when he hugs you, he'll never stop. Your friend Huggy. Huggy Wuggy, he'll squeeze you until
bad toy box! To my house! I let you come to my tea party! And this is how... At our place, you can't either! Who's going in the box? Candy?
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
So in this one, we're going to be finding out what happens if we clean up her room before she enters it. Like close her bed, close her cupboard here, and then hide. Like there's nothing that's been changed. Where's she going to go? Like she normally comes here and talks to her corpse, as you know. You can find her corpse right here. This is Miss Gracie, aka Lily Lovebraids. You can find that out by picking up this ID card right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and burn this. Speaking of burning, what would happen if we catch her on fire? Because, you know, that's how we, like, unlock things. We burn her hair. What if we use this to catch her on fire? Ooh. That just came to my head while I was doing this. Alright, so we will have to break this. And this is going to chain react her to notice that we're up here. No, one of the friends aren't in your room. Okay, so I close that. Can I close this? Oh wow, it only lets me open. What kind of? What? No. I want to close you. Ah, come on, please let me close you. Okay, it's not gonna let me. That's alright. We still closed her bed. That was the objective. And you know what? I'm kind of curious. What the heck is she doing? Where is she at? Before I go ahead and hide the trigger to the next scene. Where is she? Is she in the kitchen still? Yes, she is. You're not even looking for us, Miss Gracie. Come on, bro. Alright. Oh, I forgot to pick up the key. Can I close it now? No. Alright, anyways. Boom. 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 Alright, let me pause it here. I'm kind of interested. How does she come in? Oh, okay. She just spawns right here. Oh, yeah. She just walks right through her lock. She opens it!
It's okay.
That's the difference.
You're okay. Go back to sleep. Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore. Someone's been in here, Candy. Someone who's going in the box!
Hey! Slow down there, Buster. That's interesting, though. She actually comes and opens it. Unfortunately, though, no secret dialogue or outcome. It would have been cool if she came up here and realized nothing was changed or something, and then just thought it was the prisoners and went down to talk to Poppy and Kissy. That would have been a cool outcome, but no. Fortunately, nothing interesting happened besides her opening the bed. I guess it's better than her just talking to the corpse while the bed was closed. Alright, this time I'm going to try to catch her on fire. Oh, this is the way I can catch her on fire. Oh, this will work. Oh, by the way, guys, check this out. You can actually hear her crying at a certain part. I'm going to show you this crying scene as well. Since now we know it does How dare she laugh about taking out Dewey? I loved Dewey until he became all crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, did you guys know you could interact with the toilet in here?
Please blow up the whole factory and burn everyone alive! What's a nicer way to tell a friend that they smell like gore?
Isn't hair so amazing? It grows right through your skin. And you can eat it too!
I was supposed to come out before K-pop Demon Hunter's Rumi, you know? But no, developers just had to be so unbelievably lazy. And now people are saying I copied Rumi? Seriously?
Just put the lashes on. Longer than Rumi's.
Got it! Longer and thicker than Rumi's.
And we don't even have a handsome character like Jinwoo. This is so unfair.
My name is
And kept us safe. And you repay her by
bringing in the outsider.
wanting to stream the only having you.
I don't know.
Ay, Valentina.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
You know, you just need to relax and stop overreacting.
Murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course. What is going to happen in Chapter 6? Because Chapter 5 left us with a lot of questions. Kissy and Huggy is probably dead. The prototype took Poppy with him. And on top of all that, Dr. Harley Sawyer is back. So what happens next? Today, we're going to break it down. Let's start with the biggest question. What is the prototype going to do with Poppy? At the end of Chapter 5, it's confirmed that the prototype took Poppy with him. But why? If we go back to the Lily Tea Party scene, when the prototype arrives, Poppy asks him,
What did you do with them? Where are the orphans?
and the prototype responds, I did
What I had to.
They're
In a better place now.
Then he grabs Poppy by the head and says, don't be afraid.
I can fix you, Poppy. I
Can make you better.
And as he tightens his grip, part of her face shatters. Now focus on that line.
I can fix you, Poppy.
That line alone might explain everything. There's a theory that the prototype has been struggling to recreate the original perfect Poppy gel mixture, the substance that gave Poppy her advanced and stable form of life. Poppy wasn't just another experiment, she was the first successful one. She wasn't a monstrous hybrid like Huggy, Mommy, or Catnap. Those characters were created using a mix of biological material and mechanical parts. But Poppy, she was different. She was considered the perfect vessel, and if the prototype can't recreate that perfect formula, then he would need the original, which means he likely kidnapped Poppy to use her body as a biological sample, to study her, to replicate what made her perfect. That would explain why he said, I can fix you. And notice something else. When he shatters part of her face, he almost looks shocked, like he didn't intend to damage her that much. Because if Poppy dies, he loses the only living reference to the original formula. So, if this theory is true, then Chapter 6 might have one main objective, rescue Poppy. But here's the bigger question. Who is is going to help us rescue Poppy? And the answer might shock you. It's not Giblet, it's not Chum, it's Dr. Harley Sawyer, because like I explained in my previous video, the doctor we see now is not the biological version. We killed that version in Chapter 4. The doctor we see at the end of Chapter 5 is a digital copy, a restored consciousness stored inside the factory system, which likely means he has access to everything inside the facility. Cameras, secret doors, security systems, machinery. If we're trying to rescue Poppy from the prototype, we're going to need access to restricted areas, locked labs, deep underground chambers, places normal characters can't reach easily. And who has access to those systems? Sawyer. But why would he help us? Simple. Because Sawyer is now a digital copy stored inside the factory's infrastructure. That means his existence depends on the system staying online. If we shut down the factory's systems, he dies again. And he knows that, so helping us isn't kindness, it's survival. If he refuses to cooperate, we could just shut down the servers, turn off the power, and he's gone. So he doesn't really have a choice. His only option might be to help us rescue Poppy. And if Chapter 6 really is the final chapter of the series, then one thing is very likely: the prototype is going to die. Because in almost every chapter, the main antagonist ends up dead. In Chapter 2, Mommy Longlegs dies. In Chapter 3, Catnap dies. In Chapter 4, Doughy dies. But in Chapter 5, something different happened. When the train crashed, we thought the prototype was finally gone. But he walked through that burning wreckage, he grabbed the player, he stabbed us. And even though he was clearly damaged, but he was still alive, which confirms something very important. Killing the prototype is much harder than we thought. He's not a normal experiment. He survives things that should end him. So the real question is, how are we going to kill him in Chapter 6? And once again, the answer might be Dr. Harley Sawyer. Because as I said, Sawyer is connected to the factory's system, which means he has access to every file, every experiment log, every design detail. Through that data, he could find the prototype's true weakness, something no one else knows. And if he shares that information with us, we might finally have a way to defeat the prototype for good. And remember, Sawyer can't refuse to give us the prototype's weaknesses, because as I said, if he refuses, we can shut down the power, and he dies again. That's the reality. So Chapter 6 might become a forced alliance. We keep the system online. He gives us the information we need, and together, we take down the most powerful creature in the factory.
You're the one they've been talking about. The one who put Mommy in the grinder. Who gave the cat a nap. Down here, they're calling you the Playtime Butcher.
Listen, I'm going to need you to trust me.
Mega Super Zoomer chips?
67?
What in the world? Get off my porch. Shoo, go on now. I said leave. Don't you growl at me. Get out of here. That's right, and don't come back.